So today, we're going to talk about something that could fundamentally rewire how we deal with our data online. It's called self-sovereign identity, or SSI for short, and it's all about putting you, and only you, back in control of your digital life.
But to really get what this is all about, let's start with a problem I am sure we've all felt. You've been to the hospital, and now comes the part nobody enjoys, that mountain of paperwork for the insurance claim. Why does it always feel like we're stuck in some kind of time loop from the 90s? Okay, let's just dive right into why this is such a mess. The current system is, well, it's tangled. Verification is incredibly slow because the hospital has to call the insurer, who then has to dig through some giant centralized database. Your most sensitive health info gets passed around, which creates a huge risk of data leaks. And the whole paper-based process, it's basically an open invitation for fraud. It's just inefficient, insecure, and honestly, completely outdated.
So there has to be a better way, right? Well, there is. And this brings us to the big idea for today, a totally new way of thinking about digital identity where you are the one in charge.
And that is self-sovereign identity. This is a huge shift. Instead of big companies or governments holding all the keys to your data, you do. It sounds so simple, but believe me, the implications of truly owning your own identity are nothing short of revolutionary.
So how does this whole thing actually work? I mean, it's not magic, right? It's built on two core pieces of technology that work together to create a system that's both super secure and private. Okay, first up, we have something called decentralized identifiers, or DIDs. The easiest way to think of a DID is like your own personal permanent address on the internet. One that isn't owned by Google or Facebook or anyone else. It's yours. And it's how you can be recognized online without just giving all your personal info away.
And then we have verifiable credentials, or VCs. Now, these are these secure, digitally signed versions of all the cards you'd find in your physical wallet, your driver's license, your diploma, your insurance card, but they're stored safely in a digital wallet right on your phone.
So, to put it really simply, your DID is your unique identity. It's your address. Your VCs are the claims or the proofs that are tied to that identity. The DID is the who, and the VCs are the what. You absolutely need both of them for the system to work.
And look, this isn't some niche experimental tech cooked up in a garage somewhere. Both DIDs and VCs are global standards, developed by the World Wide Web Consortium, the very same organization that standardizes the web itself. This is huge because it means a credential from one country can be verified in another, creating a truly global system. Okay, so now that we have the building blocks, let's go back to that frustrating insurance claim and see how SSI just completely flips the script.
Remember this nightmare? The endless forms, the back and forth phone calls, the waiting, and all the while your private medical data is exposed at every single step. It's a system that's just built on friction and risk.
Now look at the difference with SSI. You walk into the hospital, you present a verifiable credential from your digital wallet, the hospital scans it, and boom, they instantly verify our coverage. The claim gets approved securely and privately, right then and there. It's fast, it's private, and it's incredibly secure.
So the benefits here are just massive. Verification is instant, fraud becomes nearly impossible because everything is digitally signed, and best of all, you control exactly what information you share. You can prove you have insurance without revealing every single detail of your policy. For privacy laws like HIPAA and GDPR, this is a total game changer.
But, and this is the really exciting part, this isn't just about healthcare. Not even close. The very same ideas are being applied across dozens of industries, completely changing how we prove who we are.
Just check this out. In education, universities can issue digital diplomas that are instantly verifiable. Think about it. No more fake credentials. In banking, you could open a new account in seconds without ever handing over paper copies of your passport. And governments are using it for digital IDs to make online services way more secure and accessible for all of us.
So it's no surprise that major analysts are really paying attention. The big consulting firm Frost & Sullivan has already called this user-controlled approach the new norm, because they see it as the next logical step for improving both security and privacy. And Gartner, another huge tech analyst, they totally agree. They see this tech as maturing incredibly quickly and are predicting that hundreds of millions of us will be using digital identity wallets really, really soon to manage our data. So when we zoom out and look at the big picture, what does all this really mean? What's the one idea that connects all of these examples? Well, it all comes down to a single, powerful word: trust.
We're actually moving away from a world where we have to trust a company's brand or a flimsy password. Instead, we're building a system where trust is literally baked into the technology itself. Our interactions become cryptographically trustworthy, which is a fancy way of saying they're secured by math, not just by promises.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most exciting takeaway. When trust no longer has to rely on these slow, centralized institutions, when it can be established instantly and securely between any two people using code, what does that unlock? What new services, what new businesses become possible? That's the real question SSI leaves us with.